Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. Now I've been trying to get away from doing the intros, but I haven't had a whole lot of success with that. So I'm going to have to go back into doing that again, but I'm going to try and keep this as short as I possibly can. I apologize for how infrequently we've been posting videos the last few weeks. Been working a whole bunch of extra shifts, and then I went in and had eye surgery, so I've been recovering from that and still am. But hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we're going to get back to our usual routine of having a decent number of videos coming out for you guys, especially all those exclusive videos for our patrons. We're really trying to focus on giving you guys some awesome content. So for anybody that is interested in that, just go ahead and check the description of the video down below. And I've had quite a few questions, even though we've had this system in place for a little while, quite a few questions on how you can, how our fans can tip us or show appreciation to us, and you can buy us a cup of coffee. We set up a quote-unquote tip jar for that. Again, just check the description of the video down below if you're curious about that. Otherwise, hope you guys are enjoying things. Please email us with anything, strategies you would like to see, questions you may have, videos you would like to see. If you would like to see us do the true crime stuff again, or just the mob stories on Vegas, or the history of Vegas, or restaurants, anything you might like to see from us, please shoot me an email, sincityliving@gmail.com. We love shooting this stuff for you guys. Otherwise, we're going to jump right into today's video. Hello everybody. Today's video I am going to kind of do a follow-up to the player pet peeves from the comments of Williams that I filmed the other day, and do some of the dealer pet peeves. Now, it's impossible to do a comprehensive list because every dealer is different, and some are going to have different pet peeves than others. So I'm just going to bring up ones that are I would say the majority, pet peeves of the majority of dealers. And again, this is by no means a comprehensive list. I could probably do 4 videos on this. So I'm going to start it off with one that is probably some people may disagree with, but the attention horse. And what I mean by those are the people the attention horse shooters, especially the ones that they get the dice and they put their face about 2 inches away from the dice and play with the dice, and you'll see the number that they're looking for, but they keep spinning it because they want people to look at them and see how much they know about dice and how serious they are and how good they are at this, and they keep going and they keep going and they keep going until they get to they just keep throwing the dice, and then they have this other ritual. Then they stack them up, then they flip it, then they flip it again, just go around again, stack them up, stack them up, stack them up, flip it again, then shake it. It cracks us up when we see people set the dice and then shake it. Right? So the attention horse when they're shooting, the hey, look at me. Those drive the dealers nuts. And I'll actually say this, there's a limit. Some casinos, and it's typically a lot of the off-strip places, won't allow what's the quote-unquote schooling the dice, the flipping them against the back wall over and 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 over again, because they want a quicker game, or they will put a time limit on it. But I will say that there is a certain point where they're going to tell the shooter, "Hey man, you got to throw the dice. There's other people waiting. There's other people playing the game. You got to move. You got to throw the dice." I one time saw a player, we counted this off in our head, it was 41 seconds from when he touched the dice until he threw the dice. Every single shot. After the second time, the third time, we gave him a warning. The fourth time, we took the dice away from him. We moved on to another shooter. The next person finished the point. It was just too long. Too long. Way too long. Okay. Next one. This is another one that some people may or may not agree with, and I don't mean this in a blanket term, but screamers. Up to a point, people are having fun. You get that winner and you want to yell, "Hey, all right, sweet, great. Yay, we won." Awesome. By all means, that's awesome. The people that scream every single time the dice land, they scream the number that just hit. It's not the point. They just scream whatever rolled, and then they're screaming, "That's in the field," or "Yeah, hard win," just screaming. Just people that just scream everything. Every 5 seconds, they're not even 5 seconds. Every second, they are screaming, especially if they're standing right next to the dealer. The screamers, yeah, No. There's a corollary to that too. This doesn't happen very often, but there's a few people that do the constant clap and manage to. I know you guys will all know what I'm talking about because you'll come across this at least once in your life. Those people that somehow have that way of clapping that hits that right way of cupping their hands, whatever, that just hits that right frequency that just punches you right in your eardrum. And I'd say I come across one of these players maybe once every 4 or 5 months. But they have to clap for every single roll, and they're always standing right next to the dealer. And you will see the dealer wincing or even covering their ear and now dealing with one hand because it is actually painful. So that is another pet peeve of the dealers. String bettors. String bettors are absolutely a dealer pet peeve. Bet your entire bet. If you want 27 across, I'm sorry, good luck finding a $5 table. If you want 54 across, don't go, give me the 4, give me the 10, and give me the inside. Just say, I want 54 across, give me all the numbers. Say something, but give all your bets at once. If you can't figure it out, because that's what some people are doing, they can't figure out the amount, so they're just doing it, stringing it along. Well, string it in the rail. String it in the rail. Go on the rail and go, okay, I need the 4, the 5, the 10, and the 6, and 8. Okay, give me all the numbers. If you're going to string it along because you can't figure it out, then do it in your rail, and then give the money to the dealers. Along with that, string buy-ins. Now, this is going to sound kind of weird, but this is definitely an annoyance for the dealers. You'll see a player come up, and they're holding a wad of, say, I don't know, $1,000 in 20s in their hand, and they throw in 120. Let me get change. Okay, we give them 20 bucks, and they say, okay, I want a 5 and 9. Okay, cool. We give them a 5 and 9. The next time the dice roll, they throw in another 20. Let me get change. Okay, I want a 4 and 10. Okay, then maybe there's a 7 out. So they throw in another 20. Give me 20 bucks. Then they do the pass line. A point is established. They throw in another 20 bucks. Let me get change. Like, seriously, dude, just like get enough change to play the freaking game. It's even worse. I actually know a player that does it with markers. Got a huge limit, and he pulls out. He bets a decent amount. I mean, he probably at any given moment on any given roll, he'll have about $1,000 on the table. As soon as the point is established, he'll place his bets, and he'll have about $1,000 on the table. So he will take out a $1,000 marker. Basically, if it's a colder table, he will take out a marker every single roll. It is so irritating. It's also very slow. Very, very slow. Really slows the table down. Markers are not something that are done quickly. The next one is, it's not a pet peeve per se as a person, and this one is clueless newbies. Now, we understand that everybody has to learn this game. I mean, when we learned this game, we didn't know jack crap about it. So everybody has to learn this game, and you learn the basics, then you can play the game. If you're smart about it, you're going to learn the basics, watch some videos, read a book, and then come to the table so you can see it in action what you just read. So at least you have the theoretical knowledge. But we know that some people are going to come up to the table that have no idea how to play this game. They first time in the casino, they're walking by, it looks interesting, and they want to play. Or maybe their friends are playing and they want to learn how to play. That's cool. That's fine. We get it. There's absolutely no problem with that. The problem we have are the clueless newbies that are deer in the headlights. Because it's a very, 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 very fast game. If a clueless newbie puts down a come bet because their friend is putting down a come bet, or because they saw someone at the other side of the table putting down a come bet, and say they've already figured out the place bet. So it travels, and the dealer goes, how many odds would you like? And they just stare. Do you want any odds? How about 10 odds? And they just stare. First off, that's a weak dealer, because in my case, I would pay 15 for one, say, how many odds would you like? Would you like 10 odds? And if they haven't said anything, I just give them their money. We're moving on. I'll just say down with no odds. And we're moving on. The problem is, a lot of times, these players that are doing the whole gaping fish look at you also have their hands on the table. And that's the problem. They're deer in the headlights with their hands on the table, so we can't even get a roll. Like, we'll finish up, and you'll have a player that's standing like this going, I want. We're like, what do you want? What are you trying to bet? And maybe they're pointing at the center action. I like just, there's pictures. Tell us the number. I want the 16. There is no 16. The dice don't go that high. Looking for a 16 for 1. There's pictures. Tell us the number. Look at the picture. Add them up. Tell us the number. I'm not kidding. I've had this exact conversation. I've had this exact conversation probably once every 2 weeks. And that's a pet peeve of the dealers. Like, we want to get a roll. All these other players want to get a roll. If their hands aren't in the table, we're going to just run right over them. We'll give them a couple opportunities to make the bet, and then we're going to run right over. But if their hands are in the table, we don't have much we can do, because we're not going to give the dice to the shooter with some arms gaping in the way. There's a certain limit on just how much we're going to push it. We want the shooter to not be interfered with as well. Along with that, players that are so drunk they play the exact same way. They are so drunk that they are moving at about 1/10 normal speed and have no clue what's going on. And we get the same thing. I want to bet. What do you want to bet? I want the inside, and they're doing this in the rail. I want the inside. Now, 4 hours ago, they were going, I want 32 inside. Just no hesitation. They knew how to play. Now they are so sloppy drunk that I want the insides. I want 32 inside. We're like, dude, what? That's not enough, man. That is definitely a pet peeve. Now, sometimes it sneaks up on us, because otherwise we would attempt to cut this player off long before it got to that point. But sometimes it sneaks up on us. And the final one for this particular list, intermittent players. There's the occasional player that only plays their role. Okay, that's fine. We get it. But I know of a few players that play the absolute bare minimum, table minimum, and that is it. They play a pass line bet at the table minimum, no odds, no place bets, nothing else but that bet, and only when they are shooting. So if you have a full table, you have a player taking up a spot that is going to make a the smallest possible bet on the table every hour and a half, and they're just taking up a spot. Now, if the table is full enough, some floorman will kick the player off the table if there's other people waiting to play. But it's not going to happen every time, and it's going to depend upon the floor and who's running that particular table at that time. But that is definitely a pet peeve of the dealers. We want people that are actually playing. The dealers want to deal the game. It's work, but this is actually also kind of fun, and we want to deal. We don't want to just sit there staring off into space. And same thing, we don't want to waste our time with a player that is basically playing the equivalent of a coin flip every hour and a half. Like, what's the point? Like, why are you wasting our time? You know, why are you taking up a spot that somebody that actually wants to play can play? So there you guys go. That's a small, like I said, hardly comprehensive list of some of the pet peeves of the dealers. Thank you guys for watching. We hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into to either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on t-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.